You are listening to Reels Movie Podcast. I am your host, Z, and before I get into this review, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, hit that bell for notifications, and you'll never miss a future episode. I hope everyone has been enjoying these throwback reviews of the Toy Story franchise, but Toy Story Week is coming to a close with this review of Toy Story 4. Like I always do with newer movies, I will be giving out spoilers, so you know the deal by now. So please be warned, I will spoil the ending to the movie. When a new toy called Forky joins Woody and the gang, a road trip along old and new friends reveals how big the world can be for a toy. After the events of what happened in Toy Story 3, if you would have told me there would have been a fourth movie, I would have told you you're out of your mind. Because with how they ended Toy Story 3, that was the ending we wanted to see. We finally got the separation between Andy and Woody. So it kind of ran through my mind on exactly what they would do in the fourth one. Are they going to have their own basic adventure again? And to give you a spoiler, this is a different kind of adventure for our favorite toys. Woody tags along with Bonnie to her first day of kindergarten, and Bonnie makes herself a new toy called Forky, and she falls in love with him immediately. So now Woody has to protect Forky at all costs and keep Bonnie happy. This is where a lot of the humor is added in with Forky, who was originally just spare parts out of the trash that Woody retrieved for Bonnie. He consistently tries to jump into the trash at all costs and just repeats it over and over again, but it doesn't get repetitive at all because it actually is funny. So Woody turns into the babysitter for Forky and keeps him from trashing himself, doing everything possible to keep Forky with Bonnie. I really, really love the addition of Forky into the game. At first, it seemed like a lot like a rehash of the first Toy Story movie. With Buzz thinking he was a real space ranger, like Forky thinks he's a real fork and thinks he's trash. But the movie slowly flowed into the story when Forky finally learns Bonnie really does love him. Toy Story 4 has the best humor out of all the other movies. We meet some Carnival Plus toys, Bunny and Duck, and they were absolutely hilarious, especially their moments with Buzz. The duo of them brought a tons of laughs. They even included some small moments with three army men, and only two of them high five each other while the other one's left hanging. And it tops it off with Bonnie's unicorn toy, whose main plan is to get Bonnie's dad arrested for some reason. It's never explained. That is their main plan. Let's get Bonnie's dad arrested and all this stuff. Toy Story 4 expands on the humor and it was more aimed at the adults. So it has a lot of great moments for kids and even more so with the adults, which was a very smart plan here since the adults now were kids or of that age range when the first Toy Story movie came out. We don't really visit the original toys that much. They have some brief moments here and there, but the main focus is on Woody, Buzz, Forky, and even Bo Peep. Yep, Bo Peep returns from the second movie. She was in the third movie and is considered a lost toy by Woody's logic, but she's turned into like an ultimate badass with her sheep, and she travels with the carnival to play with other kids around the area, like in the sandbox park area. While Woody and Forky make their way back to Bonnie, they meet Gabby, who's shown to be a villain. She has these creepy ventriloquist puppets being like her lookout, so everything screams to her as a villain. But that changes as she pleads with Woody about his voice box and how she was a defective toy right out of the box and she never felt love from a kid. And she's like dreaming of that to happen. So she's touching Woody in his heart because Woody has had Andy and then Bonnie pretty much his entire life. So he's always had a kid. So Woody very unselfishly does give in and give her his voice box. I really did like that they didn't throw in a villain here for the toys to overcome. because the story really didn't need it. So, in fact, there really was no villain here. The entire story revolves around Woody's relationship with Andy, not Bonnie. Woody is still hung up on losing Andy and doesn't get played with as much by Bonnie as much as the other toys. So he just stays in the closet with other unused toys. Woody admits during a losing battle, trying to get Forky back, that saving Forky for Bonnie is the only thing he has left. Now, Woody has always been a very unselfish character, always putting himself out there for other toys and even his child. Like I said, he gives his voice box to Gabby so she can actually feel loved of a child. So it all comes full circle here when Woody actually gives up Buzz, Jesse, Bonnie, and the rest of the gang by staying with Bo Peep and becoming a lost toy. Now, just by me saying that, it's kind of hard to understand, but there was a moment where it's either Woody could have gone back to Bonnie or stay with Bo Peep with the carnival, but he stays with Bo Peep, pretty much giving up the life he's known his entire life. Having Woody finally come to the conclusion that his time as a child's toy is done and staying with Bo Peep while the gang drives away, you couldn't get a better ending to the franchise than that. So it's official, unless they come up with a new story, which I don't see how now. But the Toy Story franchise looks like it's finally done. I'm going to give Toy Story 4 an A plus. Thank you everyone for listening to this review of Toy Story 4, and I hope you enjoyed Toy Story Week. Remember, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you later.